What's up, guys? Two banks of five here. Today we're going to talk about how fucking useless the Champions League group stages are. But before that, I just want to bring your attention. It will be in the tag below. We got an Instagram page, 2_banks_of_5. Guys, there's going to be at least a daily post on there. We're going to try conversation starters, talking points. That'll be a first stop shop to see when our pods are out. Unless you do this little thing where you click off this video. Don't click off it, but just click minimize. And then you click subscribe. And then you hit that notification bell. And then just because you're just in the mood, just like the video. Alright? And that's how you get quality content. Because the more of that we get, the more this will improve. If I say get 1 subscriber, I might think I need a better microphone because I'm currently talking into my earphones and there's fucking bugs and shit making noises. So, and keep us humble, talk shit. Alright? Talk shit. I'm going to try to stay very formative though. This is a bit off my radar, but would love to see you guys giving us feedback, giving us tips. If you want to say we fuck our mums or whatever, go for it. We'll take it with a pinch of salt. Anyway, let's stop talking shit and let's get into this. So the round of 16, Champions League, it's just... The group stages are useless, aren't they? Pretty much, I'll rattle through who qualified. PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Spurs, City, Atalanta, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Napoli, Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, Lyon, Valencia, and Chelsea. I need to breathe. And I would say besides maybe Valencia over Ajax, they're the fucking same teams every year, and they're the teams you would have picked from the start to qualify from the group. What's the point? I feel sorry for some of these lower end teams because they're falling well behind. All those teams are from the top 5 European nations for footballing clubs. And it is more and more like this every year. And this year I watched the draw and I just thought, what is the point? When the draw came out, you could listen to it anywhere. Everyone said the same thing. It's pretty much cut and dry who's through, who's not. And it's unfortunate because it's, the Champions League is losing a lot of its prestige all the way until pretty much the round of 8, maybe the round of 16, if you get some big matchups. And this European Super League has been penned so many times, and you can start to see why because, people say all these big clubs want to close shop. They don't want anyone else to challenge them. And that's the case. They don't, regardless of this European Super League or not. So they might as well make the move. And they might as well, instead of having 4 teams from Spain in the Champions League, 4 teams from England, spread it out a bit. Have 1 team from England, 1 team from Spain, 1 team from fucking Yugoslavia, 1 team from Austria, 1 team from Denmark, Belgium. So have the Champions League like that. And cut down the amount of teams in the Europa League as well. I mean, it's just pointless. It's just creating more and more games. And it's just a waste of time. I mean, obviously, money. But the fact is, these big clubs that I've just said before, they're making the money anyway. Put them in their own league, their own knockout tournament. Have them all playing each other, big games. It'll be competitive because you don't know who's going to qualify from each group because you might have a group with PSG, Bayern, Atletico Madrid and Liverpool. And, it's going to be competitive. And have this Champions League and this Europa League, have them with more teams from different nations and make it interesting, The only problem, I think to do that, they might have to rebrand it all because I think the Champions League has by far the most prestige. If you started a new Super League or something like that, would it have as much prestige as the Champions League? I don't know how that would work. But definitely, I think the Champions League's already losing a bit of prestige. Just because, there's not much competition in the group stage anymore, even the round of 16. I don't know what you could do. The other thing is, I just think football in general is a bit, and sports, sorry, there's no conclusion to sport. In 1,000 years, if the Earth's still rolling on, there will still be fans going, Liverpool have won 135 Premier Leagues. United have won 125 or whatever. Shit like that. Actually, they'd probably have a lot more than that. And it'll just keep going on. And it's just, I love football, but the one thing with football is there's no end. And eventually, to most big clubs, the trophies they achieve 40, 50 years ago just become nothing. People forget. For teams like when Villa won the Champions League, when Nottingham won the Champions League, they're things they will remember for the rest of their lives because they may never, ever become a top club again. And that's why I think we need these competitions to be more lucrative, be more spread out. If you want this closed shop with these massive teams, put them in it. And then make the Champions League and the Europa League a competition with countries from all over. It will be competitive. It will be interesting. And other nations will have a big say in it. When Shakhtar Donetsk make the Champions League final and they're playing, I don't know, FC Porto or Club Brugge or whatever, everyone's excited because we've never seen that before. And it's two clubs who really need it. They'll really respect that competition and they'll really respect it, that trophy. So, yeah, I think it is time to make a change again. And I think, people say they don't want a closed shop. It's already a closed shop, let's be honest. The last time I think I've been surprised in a team progressing in the Champions League, there's maybe one every year if we're lucky. Ajax last year, a lot of people go, that's amazing. But they actually had a really good team. They had De Ligt, the best young player in the world, according to FIFA or whoever does the Ballon d'Or stuff. De Jong, playing for Barcelona. Ziyech is a quality player. Tadic was playing out of his skin. David Neres, they had a good, strong... Daley Blind was playing well. Good keeper. Van der Beek, they had a really good team. The year before, Roma, they had a good team. The year before that, Monaco, they had a good team. You couldn't really say they were underdogs. The last set of underdogs I can remember was Porto winning it. So you don't... A lot of people like to... So what I'm trying to say is a lot of people like to bring up these underdogs like the Ajaxes and stuff, but they're not really. They have good players, they have good young squads, and then what happens is all those players get picked off, and it actually turns out they're all world class. You could hardly call that an underdog story. I think the Liverpool team that won 2005, they were underdogs, because let's be honest, there was like 2 or 3 world-class players in that team. I don't think we've had a genuine underdog in the Champions League in a while, and that just shows it is a closed shop. Anyway, guys, I think I'll leave it at that. Just remember to go follow our Instagram page. I'll leave a link in the description below. Remember, like and subscribe. We need the help. All right, we're just starting out. We may have the content there. It may not be at the best quality as of yet, but we're working towards that, and your feedback can only help. So please, guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see you shortly. I think tomorrow we'll be back with a Premier League preview for the weekend, and hopefully we can do better. All right, guys, catch ya.